Why John won't stay still? Stay still, YouTube. Chat. What's that word? What's that word? What's that motherfucking word? Hey, why they playing with my man T Grizzly name like this, gang? Y'all motherfucking folks running around here like bro got his aunt put up because of some masters and some alleged pregnancy shit. Like it's like they wait until you up here to try to pull you back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro made it out. Bro made a way for him and his folks, him and his family. He made a he made better opportunities for himself and the people around him. And then y'all come out of nowhere with some goofy bullshit like this is wow. It's nasty work. It ain't it, yo. Like, damn, gang. Y'all trying to do bro dirty, bro. I don't believe bro did that to his aunt, gang. I don't. I've been sitting back watching the stories, everybody putting their opinions and their 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying? Like, some shit sound crazy, but at the same time, bro, I ain't got bro for doing that to his folks. I don't. I don't. Whether it was a real aunt or not. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't got bro for doing that to his peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, everybody got a past and we all come from our own journeys in life. You feel what I'm saying? Bro doing what he gotta do, he making stuff happen out here and um he got haters, bro. You got motherfuckers that wanna see him not here. You feel me? Um it's unfortunate what happened to his aunt. Rest in peace. But I don't think bro had anything to do with that. Honestly, I'm just keeping it a being. I don't think he had nothing to do with that bullshit. But like I said, it's like they wait until you get up here and you make it out of your situation and you're not a statistic or a product of your environment and they try to pull you right back down to the bullshit to make you kind of like stoop to their levels. Like, come on, gang. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, yo. Y'all first y'all made videos about his GTA server, about how he don't do this and the play to win shit and he don't do this and he charging people all this money. And then first of all, bro ain't putting nothing to nobody here, making nobody play no damn GTA server or none of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tried that. That shit ain't work. That shit ain't tearing him down. That shit ain't work. You feel me? So now y'all come out of nowhere with the pregnant aunt masters and he paid some other motherfuckers to get her up out of here. Y'all motherfuckers is just trying to doing anything nowadays, gang. Y'all don't want a motherfucker to win for shit. Like I said, man, I don't think bro did that to his folks. But we gonna watch this Trap Lil Ross John. Cause all the other ones I seen they was cool. But I feel like Trap Lil Ross really be, you know, he do it better with he do better with documentary style type shit. As far as everybody else I was listening to, they basically on the bandwagon of he did it. Man, I don't think bro did that shit. Hey T, hold your head, broski. Hold your head, gang. You straight, Brody. I already know he got people in the background working on this shit to get it situated and cleared up and all that. Man. But in the meantime, in between time, bro, if y'all know what the y'all talking about, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Seriously, bro. Shut the fuck up. Y'all know what y'all talking about, bro. That's the bro, yo. Like, come on, gang. That motherfucker, y'all try to assassinate bro character, but y'all don't talk about none of the good shit that he do, bro. None of it, bro. Y'all don't talk about none of that shit, bro. Because that's not what y'all looking for. Y'all just want all that negative shit, bro. Y'all don't talk about none of that shit about him being a family man, him all this. Y'all don't talk about type of shit he do on his streams to help motherfuckers out, bro. Paying motherfuckers rent, all types of shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I kick it with, bro. Like, bro ain't did no nut shit like that, gang. What y'all on? Motherfuckers be goofy, gang. And then motherfuckers be so eerie here, bro. They believe anything that they believe anything that they hear, bro. They believe anything, bro. Y'all believe anything y'all that the media put out, bro. It's like them motherfuckers believe anything, gang. Like, but let's watch Trap Lil Ross, man, and see what bro talking about, man. Let's see what Trap Lil Ross talking about.
Very unfortunate situation happened to Detroit rapper T Grizzly. His auntie, Jabina JB Whitaker Brown, I've got a picture of her here in this document. And sorry about the low resolution, but there's a lot of posts relating to JB that have, interestingly enough, been deleted. So some of what you're going to see in this video might be a little bit low quality, but I'm coming at you with the exclusives. A lot
Cause
of
it's
stuff
some
of this
bullshit.
has been
That's why
deleted, and we're
Trap.
finding old re-uploads of this stuff. But T Grizzly's aunt, Jabina Whitaker Brown, was his manager. He actually said in this throwback post about her, it said, "My manager, my auntie, my big homie, if you die, I can't tell the story because I'm dying with you at Affluent Management Team." Now, this is an interesting scenario because like I've never seen anything like this. You definitely see rappers bringing their families into their careers, into their management, all of that kind of thing. But it looked like T Grizzly's proximity to the streets, having come from Detroit, having been involved in serious gang situations over there. It seemed like the streets ultimately did bleed into his music career, and his auntie did end up losing her life in a
And
shooting. And
that's what I'm
this was very
saying,
big news
gang.
in
Like
the music
motherfuckers got a
scene. It was
pass,
very big news
bro.
in Detroit, and
And that's why I said what I just said, bro. Motherfuckers got a pass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers running around talking about no, it's not no coincidence that she was in the car. Come on, bro. Y'all motherfuckers act like motherfuckers don't know T in his city, bro. Like motherfuckers don't know what type of car he might be in or some shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? His aunt probably was driving his whip and motherfuckers thought woo 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 and thought they had an opportunity and da da da, bro. And it was just one big coincidence, bro. You know what I'm saying? But y'all do anything to try to drag a motherfucker into some bullshit, bro. Y'all goofy.
it was all over the place. So let's just take a quick recap of the news reporting on that event, on that murder. And we're just going to kind of go through things chronologically. We're going to get to the crazy rumors right at the end, but I'm just going to give you all of the information chronologically so you can actually follow what's going on and how these events unfolded as they happened. So, yeah, it was all over the news. And when it happened, a lot of people were just, very confused, very upset about this tragic incident.
Yeah, because it came out of nowhere.
Well, she managed T Grizzly, one of Detroit's most popular rappers, but earlier this week, Jobina Brown was shot and killed on the city's east side. Tonight, we're hearing from a local radio show host who worked with Brown. 7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash joins us live from the scene to tell us how Brown is being remembered and what police are saying. Anu. Well, Glenda, Detroit police tell me that homicide investigators are still working on this case, still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting here on 3 Mile Road just off of Mac. Meanwhile, those who knew Brown say she was kind-hearted and a hard worker.
She was a sweetheart. She was a good person. She was the type of person that would look out for you, do whatever, she could to help you.
Bushman, host of the Bushman Show on 97.9 WJLB, first got to know Jabina Brown 3 years ago. He called her JB. She was the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper T Grizzly. She also managed Detroit rapper Sada Baby. Sources say on Tuesday night around 9:30, the 41-year-old was sitting in a Chrysler 300 with two other men here on 3 Mile just off of Mac. Police say as one of the men got out of the car, she was shot and killed.
JB, I love you. I miss you, but I will never forget about you. You were a queen and you were awesome.
Bushman says he's been getting calls and comments on social media from people across the country, those who've gotten to know Brown and some who are fans of T Grizzly. Bushman says Brown was a young woman who was committed and kind.
It was like her first time managing, but she grasped the knowledge of how to manage an artist and was running with it, and he's been very successful.
So what we're seeing here really is like somebody that's extremely involved, not only in T Grizzly's music career, but also, the Detroit music scene. T Grizzly has established himself as one of the most kind of serious street rappers to come out of the city in recent years. And as a result, JB's become very entrenched in the music industry. So, she's gotten to know the radio host. She's gotten to know the local kind of music moguls within the community around T Grizzly's career, and I think that's why.
And who's to say Auntie didn't have motherfuckers that hated on her? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know, bro. Y'all just on the outside looking in, making assumptions, bro. It's like y'all almost want a motherfucker to fail, bro. Oh, y'all want a motherfucker to be locked up, bro. Like, what? Hold your head, bro.
Why it makes it so crazy that this ended up happening, because this is clearly a professional woman. Look, I don't know the complete ins and outs, but she's not presenting as a street figure. She's not presenting as involved in the gang war. She's not presenting as, running this career as a front for some kind of criminal activity. She seems like
Yeah, Trap, but we don't know that, bro. We just can only assume by what we see or what people want us. We only go off of what people want us to see, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying she was into any negative bullshit or anything like that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not. But what you got to remember is this, bro. The people that she managed had a past in the streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if the streets is this, I can't get to you. I'm gonna get to the closest thing to you. For rap. Tragic situation, but that's the streets. Oh, I'm tired of chasing it. I can't get this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Oh, there goes manager. There goes auntie. There goes, you feel me? These motherfuckers don't play fair. It ain't like back in the day, bro, when we was on you, we was on you. Now they own you and everybody in your family or anybody they see that's close to you. You know what I'm saying?
A real, businesswoman that's in the industry, and really the last person you'd expect something like this to happen to.
Hearing about her death, he shared this video of Brown in the studio with T Grizzly in May of 2018. She was fixing his hair, taking care of him like Bushman says she always would.
I wanted to share something for people to remember her by. When you're behind the scenes, you don't always get the credit for the things that you do, and I want people to understand who she was and what she meant to T Grizzly, Sada.
And as he continues to pay tribute to her, he just hopes the questions surrounding who took her life won't remain unanswered much longer.
Just want to know why. What made you do that? What caused it? What was going on in your mind and in your life that you felt like you had to pull a gun out and pop?
Right.
So obviously a lot of people are trying to get to the bottom of this. They're wondering, what is it that's going on? What is it that you could have possibly done that made people want to, kill her in cold blood? And, it was a big news story. It was news all over the place. A bunch of different news outlets reported on it. They spoke to people at the scene. They did breakdowns of the situation, and there's a bunch. And I think we should just take a look at some of the other reporting on the situation and just keep getting a build up of exactly how serious this was and how big of a news this was when it happened.
Fired into an SUV, killing the manager.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Manager and family member of a popular Detroit rapper.
What up? Trey Little here. Just wanted to do another video just to update.
My bad. I thought this was a news report. My bad. I got the wrong link there. We pulling up. So this was another news clip.
The search continues this morning for the gun.
They basically said the search continued. So they had no idea who did this, right? It happened. Initially, they had absolutely no idea who did this, why this happened, what this was all about. And as you're going to see in a minute, the local police were really trying to get to the bottom of this.
The search continues this morning for the gunman who shot and killed the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper T Grizzly. 41-year-old Javina Brown was shot in the area of 3 Mile Drive and Mack Avenue on the city's east side Tuesday night. Now, this is an update to a story that we brought you Wednesday morning. TMZ is reporting that Brown was in the back seat of a car when the suspect approached and started shooting, and she was rushed to the hospital.
It's like, damn, a nigga ain't even got a chance to grieve or set up no arrangements or nothing, gang. Y'all just start coming right at his neck from the door. Oh, you did this, you did that. Like, damn, bro, motherfucker ain't even got a chance to breathe or grieve the loss of his folks or none of that, bro. Y'all just start jumping right out the window immediately.
Hospital where she later died. It is not clear if T Grizzly was the intended target of the attack. The rapper and his driver were not injured.
Yeah, so this was huge news. You know, this was all over the place.
Why, because he was in the car, bro. If he wasn't in that car, bro, y'all wouldn't be saying none of this.
Point where there was actually a reward that was offered for any information about who actually ended up doing this heinous crime. So the cops were serious, and a $2,500 reward was offered for info about the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. Now, I'd say that's a little bit low, to be completely honest with you, but you know, what it is, and that's what they had in the budget at the time. But yeah, that's what was going on. So, you know, a $2,500 reward was offered to basically find any leads that would lead to an arrest in this situation. The 41-year-old was hit by gunfire and lost her life. There really wasn't anything new to say, right? And this was a little while after. This was March 19th, 2020. The incident happened in August 2019.
Right,
so nearly a year went by. They didn't really get anywhere with the investigation. They were offering a reward for information on the murder. And in the meantime, you know, the really sad situation is that you had T Grizzly essentially, you know, publicly at least, mourning the loss of his aunt. It wasn't just T Grizzly that would be mourning either. Sada Baby, another Detroit rapper who's kind of locked in over there, essentially had to identify the body of T Grizzly's aunt. And this is a Vlad TV clip where he's speaking on that and just kind of sharing the really sad aftermath of this incident and what ended up happening.
So look at the title.
Okay. Yeah, because that case open.
Look at the title. Look at the title. What if he knows something? Bro, why y'all got it? You know what I'm saying? Look at the title. At the top. What if he knows something? Man, shut up.
Okay, and so they haven't solved it yet. So, okay, I got you. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I don't got no problem with talking about my auntie. You feel me? But once they done with it, you feel me? I'll be the first nigga to talk about whatever motherfuckers want to talk about.
Well, I'm sorry, man. That's a tough situation to go through.
She her dad and her.
So people are posting this on the Detroit Gang subreddit, Crime in the D, saying, what if he knows something? And really the consensus seems to be that maybe there's more than meets the eye with this story. But in the aftermath of the incident, obviously T Grizzly was heartbroken. You know, publicly he honored her on Instagram, but interestingly, it was a post that was actually deleted. So this post that he posted in honor of her after she passed away, interestingly, has been deleted from his account. Now, a lot of people are saying that's quite unusual. You know, if this is your aunt and she was killed and you have all this, you know, love and admiration for her, why would you delete, the caption and the post that you put for her? Now, this is very badly formatted right here. But essentially, he basically posted, since I was 12, we've been going everywhere together. How have you gone to heaven without me? I don't even know what to say, JB. I just wanted to show the world your smile. I love you so much. So T Grizzly basically is now posting. He's posted that. He's deleted it as time gone on. Now, look, I don't think him deleting the post that's in
It
tribute to his
don't
auntie
mean
is
nothing.
necessarily proof that he did anything, that he had anything to do with it. Maybe you're going through heartache. Maybe you just don't want that on your page. Maybe you don't want to be reminded of the heartbreaking situation.
Yeah,
Who knows? Okay,
bro?
that doesn't mean anything. But at the same time, it is interesting that tribute would have been deleted, right? And he did another post that was also deleted. That I couldn't find the post itself, but I could find the text. Where he said, essentially, I appreciate all the love. I wasn't ignoring you guys. I've just been speechless. And this was an older post that also has been kind of resurfaced, basically paying tribute to her and saying she quit her job in 2016 to manage him and wishing a happy Mother's Day to his aunt there. So it was only a month after the incident when T Grizzly releases this tribute song. It's called Satish, which is actually her middle name, and essentially is paying tribute to his fallen aunt after this situation that happened. And what's interesting about this is he has a couple of lyrics in here which I thought are really interesting to look back at now, because obviously, look, we're going to get into it in a minute, but a lot of people have this ridiculous theory, this crazy theory that T Grizzly had some kind of romantic relationship with his own aunt, right? There's a lot of crazy theories. We'll get to them in a bit. They're saying he got her pregnant, they were together. Now, he addresses that on the first lyric of this song all the way back in September 2019. He says, loved each other way more than we loved life. We were so close, people thought we had a love life. We loved each other way more than we loved life. All right? So T Grizzly is referring to his manager. People saying that they thought that they had a love life because they were so close. All right? Now, look, I haven't seen anything yet that seems to indicate that there was anything like that. And I think him making statements like this 6 years ago is kind of getting ahead of these rumors, right? We were so close, people thought we had a love life. So he basically goes throughout this entire song kind of breaking down the situation and talking on what happened. He's saying, I used to be like, I don't need security. I don't want these guys thinking that I'm in fear. I told my driver be on point, but he wasn't hearing me. The shots went off. I'm steady calling. You ain't answering me. You scaring me. He's basically just going through the situation, breaking it all down, and addressing the heartbreak that he's going through at losing his arm. But at the same time, elsewhere on the song, he does kind of make some indications that maybe some people thought, looking back now, are a little bit suspicious, right? There's rumors going on that maybe he had something to do with it, maybe he lined this up, and it does seem like there's some interesting lyrics where he's kind of overly confident of what actually ended up happening. He's saying, look how they tried to do me, but got JB. Man, that jealousy so real. Man, that hate so deep. Man, that envy is so real. When we make it out these streets. You saw it wasn't me and still shot. What she do to you? We was just winning. Now I'm crying at your funeral. For every tear I shed, another 1,000 on your head. Now show your face and think I'm playing.
Facts.
Now, I'm just reading these lyrics and I'm feeling a little bit like it's almost like he's over whooping. Now, look, I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that he was involved in this situation, but, all right, he's overly confident. He's saying, you saw it wasn't me and still shot. Like, how do you know? How did you know that they saw it wasn't you and still shot? How do you know they didn't just shoot up the car randomly thinking that you were in there and they didn't really see? He's saying, you saw that it wasn't me and you still shot. What did she do to you? Like, you're talking directly to somebody, you almost knowing a little bit too much. Almost being a little bit presumptuous, so they tried to do me but got JB. It's interesting, okay? It's interesting. He even goes on to say, JB, I wish I was sitting outside with you and was in the back of that car.
It's summer event time.
Bronco and Bronco Sport make every adventure more epic.
Because they come with GOAT modes. Goes over any type of terrain.
Car with you. Okay, you know that your favorite rapper wouldn't have ever let them guys get you. I would have shot them, left them dying, leaking in the street, wouldn't have ran, would have smoked the runts and watched that man go to sleep. And you think they came for her? Man, you know they came for me. So he's really putting that message across, saying they definitely came for me.
Facts.
You think they came for her? They came for me. They took
That's
my heart and my brain. They know
like,
I can't think.
I think they was, you know what I'm saying?
Basically
for real, but,
just pushing that narrative that they came for me and, they didn't go for JB on purpose. There's this one lyric here where he actually says, they found a murder weapon, bro. It's going to be hard to beat. First offer 50 years, so it's hard to plead. So the indictment would actually explain that we're going to get into this a little bit more later, but the alleged shooter in the incident, all right, was caught with a gun that matched
Oh
the
yeah,
ballistics
Matter of fact,
of, of the
right.
bullet shell casings that were found at the scene, consistent with the shooting. But this actually happened on October the 19th, 2019. So this happened a month after T Grizzly released this song, and it's got to just be a coincidence, but it's quite unusual that this song that came out in September, 1 month after the incident, says they found a murder weapon. It's going to be hard to beat, and then suddenly, like a month after that, they're actually finding the murder weapon, and then and it takes an entire year for them to do a microscopic analysis of the cartridges casings that were found at the scene with the gun that was found on the individual that they're saying that had something to do with this. So it's a little bit strange, it's a little bit coincidental, but T Grizzly can't possibly have known that this song was made and released before that happened. But again, it's just very unusual. It's just very strange. There's a lot of quite strange little things going on with this story that just don't really quite make sense. All right. And he's just in this song, he just goes on to diss people. He's saying, F that, these dudes got my auntie with a headstone. They're telling me what to do, like they're smart as me, but they ain't take your heart from you. They took their heart from me. I got one less person that wanted more from me. I'm ready to kill whoever played with me or shorted me. And he's saying he's got his kids, his aunt's kids, but I guess they're what would that be, his nephews or second nephews, saying, how are you going to die on me? I pray they don't go to jail. I want them dead. I'm listening to the streets, hearing everything they're saying. I'm just waiting on a name, praying that they saying, I don't care if it's the mayor, million on his head, a whole ticket on his top. I wish I could take you up and beat your ass because I was just telling you about them dreams that I had. Dude, snatched my heart out my chest. Can't nobody replaced it. All right. Wouldn't have ever believed you was messing with your baby. Make sure T good. That's all I ever heard you saying. So he's saying, look, she was looking out for me. I was just like so heartbroken over the murder of her, and I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to put money on people's heads. Now, I'll be honest with you, yeah. If this really happened, so for example, look, you're on a song talking about putting money on people's head. I'll put $1 million on their head to get back at them. Now, I would just say it sounds like T Grizzly, he's talking a little bit hot. He's talking a little too openly about this get back and this revenge to really be doing it, if that makes sense. He's talking a little bit wild. He's talking a little bit reckless. And then come to find out the person who did it is involved in a crew that he's friends with. So there's just a couple of weird little things that don't quite make sense in this situation. And things are just going to they're just going to continue to unravel and just get more and more strange as we go on from here. So the song itself and the release of this song, basically promising to put money on the heads of the people that did this became news within itself, all right? So him actually making this song tributing his aunt and basically promising to have anybody that was involved killed suddenly goes viral. There's news clips about it, and T Grizzly's message is then being pushed.
Well, a new music video by Detroit rapper T Grizzly reveals he fears for his own life after the murder of his aunt last month. But there's talk of a bounty on the head of her killer, and it seems to promote a vicious cycle. 7 Action News reporter Rudy Harper is live.
Like, I just want to really just drive home like the nuance of this, right? Like, how strange is it that you've got a guy, his aunt gets killed, he's making a song talking about like, I'm putting money on the heads, I've got $1 million, I've got a whole ticket for whoever did this to get them killed. But it's like that's being reported on the news like it's almost like something good, like reports of a bounty, like. It's very strange. You didn't see this kind of thing with Lil Durk. Like, you didn't see people making news clips about Lil Durk promising to get revenge for King Von and promising to slide for Von. Maybe because it's not, an auntie, a supposed civilian in the situation, but like, it's even just like making a news report about your plans to slide for your auntie is just extremely unusual.
Tonight, with the call of an activist to end the violence. Rudy, explain.
And Carolyn, there are strong emotions in this song by the Billboard artist. For the first time, he's expressing his feelings, even rapping. He fears for his own life.
All right, let's not get me in trouble there.
Detroit artist T Grizzly shares an emotional tribute to his aunt and roadside manager who was murdered in Detroit. Action News at the scene near 3 Mile and Mack Avenue a month ago where shots rang out.
You lost your aunt. Let's not lose another family member. Let's not lose you.
Dr. Kim Logan Nolan, a family counselor, reacting tonight to the rapper's lyrics, which seemingly encourages violence, including a bounty on the head of his aunt's killer.
Rudy, we want to redirect the anger redirect the pain.
Dr. Logan Nolan says she's had firsthand experience de-escalating gun violence in the hip-hop community.
I had opportunity to counsel a young rapper, and he lost a loved one through gunfire. And I said, what would bring honor to your loved one? Let's redirect the lyrics to something positive and productive.
If the unexpected happens and you get into an accident, don't panic. Just come to Pacifico. Regardless of where you brought your vehicle, we welcome you to stop by our body shop for your repairs. With a state-of-the-art aluminum certified body shop and the ability to do direct repairs with many major insurance companies, we are here for you whenever you need us, because that's our Pacifico promise.
With my Phillips Latte Go, it's always a good time for a coffee. In the morning rush or during afternoon break.
I got an idea of what we need to do.
While declining to speak specifically about the artist, Zeet, a local activist with New Era Detroit, says they are pushing forward to end the cycle of gun violence, starting with children.
The kids is the future. Everything that we do has to be directed towards the youth.
So, look, we've basically got the Stop the Violence campaigns popping off. T Grizzly's promising to put money on people's heads. But meanwhile, in the streets, things are getting pretty crazy, right? So soon after this incident happened, there was this viral video that was going around that purported to show T Grizzly sliding on the highway in his Rolls Royce, surrounded by a bunch of people in different cars hanging guns out the window. So he was moving militant after this incident happened, moving absolutely crazy and just rolling around breaking laws, basically. I mean, this video kind of angered me a little bit because it's just kind of like, bro, that's not how you can behave. Like, you've got guys just hanging guns out the window. See, like, T Grizzly's rolling around in his Rolls Royce drop top, right? And he's basically got a bunch of goons sliding around in cars, basically trying to keep a perimeter around him, leaning out the window with guns. Now, I don't know why he wasn't charged with this, because I'm pretty sure in America, you can't roll around with an armed militia hanging guns out of the window. It's not really acceptable, not really an organized way of conducting your society. But, you know, he was out here moving this way, you know, having goons lean out the window and threaten people on the highway, just threaten members of the public with guns. And apparently this is how you're allowed to move after your auntie gets killed. You see that? Now, where's the T Grizzly indictment, to be honest? I mean, I could probably send this to the FBI, but that's really no way to behave in a civilized America, in a civilized nation. But that's how T Grizzly was rolling. He took the law into his own hands. You know, he's acting like he's basically completely untouchable, rolling around with just guys just hanging out the window with guns on the highway, intimidating members of the public. So that's what's going on. But what ended up happening is that T Grizzly ended up doing his first interview after the situation. And this was an interesting interview. I've not really fully watched the entire thing yet. I know a lot of people have grabbed clips from it, but a lot of people are saying that the way he kind of told the story and how everything went down just kind of like didn't necessarily completely make sense, and that he was maybe over whooping a little bit. So let's take a little look at that interview and just, you know, just get some vibes as far as like actually what he was talking about and how he personally, outside of the music, recounted this incident. So this, I believe this interview took place in December of 2020, a few months, 4 months after the incident, 3 months after he released that song, promising to put $1 million on the heads of anyone responsible. And yeah, so here's what he had to say about it personally from the horse's mouth.
None of the food is good, bro. The blood out your auntie through the passion that she had for you. Yeah. Was JB your auntie? Was she that's a blood auntie? Was
So it was she was my auntie, and she was my auntie because my uncle had married her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I've been around her since I was 11, 12, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like she was my real auntie.
So she saw you from the beginning from your rap career.
Yeah.
So what got her so involved with the business, you know, your rap and getting your career started?
Because when I first came home, I had asked a lot of people in my family for a chance because this is what I was really trying to do. You know what I'm saying? like, can y'all help buy me a beat? I really want to rap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just wasn't taking me serious. Like, you better go get a job. What you trying to rap for and all this other stuff.
Right. And she believed in you.
She believed in me. She was the only one. That first day out video, she paid for the video, bought the outfit I had on the video, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
what we playing
I've
right
been
here?
rocking ever since.
What we playing right here?
Call of Duty.
On the Killer Spree.
Modern Warfare. Definitely on the Killer Spree.
You nice with it?
Watch this. Watch this.
Let's shout his ass. Let me see. Let us see.
My partner just killed me with his weekend. Watch me capture that shit right quick. I'm capturing Nate Brown. Okay, boom.
T Grizzly always on it with the gaming, man.
All right. So, let's, JB, man. So, again, so she was the one that believed in you. She took her money and put it into your career. And
she quit her job to start managing me.
Yeah, yeah. Did you, when she said she wanted to do that, did you try to talk her out of it?
No, hell no, I ain't trying to talk her out of it. Because she already had money, so she was already straight for real.
Okay.
And I really needed that. And I saw that she was the only one that really believed. She was the only one I could trust for real. You know what I'm saying? So I was all for it.
Okay. Like I said, whenever she needed something, man, she would definitely reach out to me.
Yeah, you know me, you and her linked up on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
You called me at the casino getting struck one time.
Yeah, I see you over there, man. They bite your ass over there today?
They did.
So at this point, he ends up going, like, actually explaining the entire story of everything that happened that night. And this is the part that a lot of people have really poured over and really drilled into to try and get details, maybe try and catch him out. I'm just going to watch it with an open mind.
Yeah, man, can you kind of go over that night with us? I know y'all was at the studio. I seen you on Instagram.
Yeah, so we was at the studio with Buffalo and Jay Swan or whatever. And I'm going to my cousin's house, my older cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He was real close with my pops, just like my pop's brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to, you know what I'm saying, show him some love because that's another one we really ain't healed from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there and I was telling her, like, come in the house. And she's like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm begging her to come in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, certain areas, you just can't, you got to move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about where you at. I can go anywhere I want to.
Right.
But I got to move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm moving right, can nothing happen to me. So I'm telling her to come in the house. She's like, no. Because they do kind of like funny acting about dirty houses and stuff like that. The house wasn't even dirty, but to her, she just a clean, real clean person.
Okay.
It's like, no, I don't want to go in them people's house. I don't want to sit on their furniture. I'm like, all right, I'm right there. So I'm knocking on the door. My people's taking so long to come to the door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they finally come to the door as soon as I see her. As soon as I see my auntie, she got up and here, a whole bunch of shots going on. You know what I'm saying? Behind me. I hear a whole bunch of shots going on. So I get down.
Some people are kind of pointing out that, like, it seems a little bit strange. I mean, I've heard both sides. I've heard some people say that that's a normal thing. Some people of the older generation, they might not want to go in someone's house if it's too dirty. If it's a trap house, if it's a mess, if it's full of roaches, they might be on some stuff where they're just like, yeah, I'm not going in that house if it's too dirty. Other people have said that doesn't really make sense. If you're a manager, his protector, what's the big deal? You can just go into the house for a little bit.
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation. Describe your needs and goals. And AI will transform your tailored brief into a unique website that's ready to perform in minutes. Customize it. Shape your visitor's experience with show-stopping visuals and interactions that elevate every part of your site, down to the finest detail.
I could see it both ways. If she didn't want to go into the house that was dirty and she waited in the car and then T Grizzly, somebody slides to end up hitting T Grizzly, that makes sense. But if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, you want to believe that T Grizzly arranged this thing, for whatever reason, she was placed in that car and, the unfortunate situation kind of ended up happening with her in this vulnerable position in the car and T Grizzly just so happened to not be there. But again, we don't know for sure.
I don't think they about to come to the side and start, shooting at me, and I ain't got nothing on me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin ran out with a gun. I'm like, perfect. So we ran out on the street. When we ran out, my driver was gone with no cars out there. I'm like,
She was in the, so what was the vehicle? She was in the car? Like,
yeah, she was in the car.
Okay.
She was in the car on the street. So my cousin ran out with the gun or whatever, and we ran out in the front to see what's going on and to if somebody up on us, we gonna get them off us. So once we got outside, once we got in front where they was at, my driver gone. There's no cars out here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, let me ask you. So you had to enter the back door or something?
Yeah, I walked
okay,
out.
Okay, side door. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
So we in the front, I look in the street. I don't see no glass in the street. So I'm like, oh, they straight. You know what I'm saying? That's probably I didn't even think this had nothing to do with us.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
But my cousin still came out there with a gun though. So I was cool going out there. I'm like, I ain't see no glass in the street. I'm thinking they heard some shots and pulled off. Okay. So now I'm mad now. Like, y'all heard them shots, why was y'all leave me over here?
Right.
You feel me? You could at least call me and tell me, like, it's too much going on over here. Come on, we gone. You know what I'm saying? To my driver, they called me, like, They told me what happened. So basically what happened, they walked up to my door and opened my door. You know what I'm saying? So niggas opened my door trying to get at me. Ended up hitting her up.
What they hit her on the body?
So again, this is just another aspect that I think has sparked a lot of conspiracy theories. They're saying he opened up my door and tried to shoot at me and got her. Now, I think that there's just a whole bunch of stuff where it's just like, a lot of people feel like T Grizzly is maybe overly claiming, like overly pointing out that they were after him. I mean, he is the ticket, he's the meal ticket, he's the famous rapper, he's the one that's got issues from the city. So yeah, look, most likely they would have been, whoever they were would have been trying to get to him. But on the other hand, it's kind of like you're overly cooking that it was you. Who knows? Like, why couldn't it just been a completely random psychopathic encounter? That shit happens in America. It's like random psychos pull up with the sticks and try and do a mad thing. It's not unthinkable that would happen, but it is what it is. And you know what I'm saying? So T Grizzly is definitely overly confident in the lyrics and in the interviews that they were after him. They wanted him. They even opened his door to get him and got her.
Bro, like on her side, in her arm. She get it right here in her face, man. Just all on her side. I mean, on the side where her heart at. Oh, yeah. On the side like where her heart at, too. So that's she got shot like that before a long time ago, my uncle. Okay.
It's like T Grizzly's talking in the song about how did they see that it was her and still get her? They saw that it wasn't me and they still got her. They still shot her. Why would you do that?
Right.
And then in here, he's saying, yo, they were opening my door. They were coming for me. They were opening my door. He doesn't say they thought she was me, but he said my door. He's kind of inferring that, right? So it's kind of, some people are thinking those two things don't quite add up.
His car got shot up, and she got hit in the exact same place where she lived. You know what I'm saying? Because she went straight to the hospital. My uncle drove straight to the hospital as soon as it happened. But
was she alive when she got on the scene? Or?
No, I don't even. I think that no, she got at the hospital. She was still alive. She was still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you
while she was shot. She called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying. Oh, she couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But like niggas was coming for me because they opened my door. They were shooting the car. They hit her 8 times though.
So super confident, saying they were coming for me. They were coming for me. He's super confident on that point. I'm not knowing that could easily be true, but this is where people are building conspiracy theories.
You have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from, but it ain't even matter where it came from.
It's like he, at the same time, he's got no idea where it came from, but it doesn't even matter where it came from, but also he's absolutely dead certain that it was for him.
I feel like everybody was a suspect. I feel like everybody was a suspect.
Everybody, including everybody?
So even if a person wasn't a suspect, if I didn't like that person, it was escalated. My dislike for them was escalated times 10. So yeah, everybody was guilty around that time.
Everybody guilty.
So after this happened, I didn't see you on the ground for a while. What was in your head? Was revenge? Was you trying to figure out who did this?
Of course, revenge was in my head. My people telling me I gotta be emotional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting, right? Because I think what I'm getting from this, it does feel a little bit like, you know, maybe a little bit of time's passed, maybe he's distracted by the video game, but it does feel a little bit like his responses are just a little bit unusual. Like they're not quite the sorts of responses. Like he's kind of like, yeah, I'm emotional. Yeah, I was gonna slide. Like I don't know. It's just it's almost like if somebody really did come and murder your auntie, maybe you would have more venom. But then again, maybe a few months have passed by. He's made a song. He's not really feeling that vengeful about it. You know, it's unusual, but maybe he's just distracted by the video game and he's not really expressing that real emotion in this interview.
You can't just act on it. I'm saying let the police handle it. So I just let the police handle it.
Family wise, what was it?
That really, I'll be real, that last line, that seems extremely out of character for what should be a pretty serious street person, right? I don't think too many street people, most street people that I hear of, any of this Chicago stuff that we talk about, generally it's like, I pray that they don't go to prison. I want to catch them myself. I've really not heard a street dude whatsoever talk about, yeah, let the police handle it. Especially when he's talking about, they came for me. He's on the song talking about, they saw it was you and they still shot. How are you letting the police handle it?
I'm saying let the police handle it, so I let the police handle it.
Because on the song you're talking about, you got a whole $1 million on the head of whoever did it. And now in this interview, you're very casually just saying, just let the police handle it.
You can't just act on it. I'm saying let the police handle it, so I let the police handle it.
Family wise, was anybody blaming you?
Yeah, they blame me because they feel like it should have been me. And it should have been because it was for me. You feel me? So I ain't gonna blame me. My little brother was in the car with somebody or somebody.
He's extra, you know what I'm saying? He's extra'd out that it should have been him and it was for him. But what's interesting is I feel like the way that he's saying is like, yeah, they were mad at me. People thought it was me.
Anybody blaming you?
Yeah, they blame me because they feel like it should have been me. And it should have been because it was for me. You feel me? So I ain't gonna blame me. My little brother was in the car with somebody or somebody who I really love, and my little brother get killed. Behind somebody else shit, I'm gonna feel like you guilty. So I'm gonna feel like you did it.
Right.
It's your fault.
So is it beef? Do you having a lot of beef out here?
I ain't got no beef out here. Niggas just don't like me.
Why you think?
Why would they?
Why you think you haven't done anything with your success? Is it something from your past?
So don't nobody really know me personally. I don't know none of these niggas personally. So you can't have no personal problem with me. You feel me? So what other reason is it to not like me besides what I got going on?
It's funny. It's just for some reason this just really reminds me of the YNW Melly situation where two of his friends died allegedly. Allegedly, he had something to do with that. But I think what.
Still looking for a new job?
Just found out my dad's sister's husband is golfing buddies with the CEO of a great company. So basically, I got the job.
Sounds promising. Indeed helps you match based on what you know, not who you know.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't even know if he exists, to be honest.
For Pennsylvanians who need quality health coverage, Penny is the easiest, most user-friendly way to find the health plan that fits your needs and your budget.
What happened was I just think around that time, especially the period after, Melly's friends passed away and before he got arrested, there was almost this it was sort of like the way it was being communicated was yeah, they killed my friends out of jealousy, or they hate me, they don't like us, they don't like us. They're mad, they're jealous. I haven't really got ops out here. Now, I've not had enough time to look really deeply into T Grizzly street beefs, but from what I understand, he's basically saying here, I ain't even got any street beefs that are that serious. I don't know who would want to kill me. They're just jealous. My music industry ops are jealous. Now, if you speak to anyone from Chicago, it's a different story. It's, bro, we got real problems out here. It's real static. I could get shot up at any time, and I know what's going on out here. So some of these comments, they just seem a little bit out of character, a little bit out of place. But again, that doesn't necessarily prove anything.
That's the way I feel about it. You feel me?
Well, man, you
see how we thinking right now? Yeah. Most of the people that don't like me, we need to add this. You see what I'm saying? And if we did have this type of relationship where I was speaking with them and they don't like it, it's because they just know shit and not fuck with them no more. And for me to not fuck with you no more, that means a lot because you're not gonna find another nigga like me. You will never find it again. You can 5,000 years ago, but there'll never be another person like me. And I ain't even talking about what I got me from in my heart. It's like person you are. You feel me?
I've heard things, of course, people know you from your past and bring that up.
Yeah.
And
what you heard about my past?
Just the things that you've done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, everybody got a past. Yeah. So when you start making people say well, I remember this nigga was this, he was doing that, or he ain't doing it for his family and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when I tell them, I say, well, you know what, man, the conversation.
When people get to talking about this family shit, you gotta understand what I believe in. Okay. See what I'm saying? A lot of my family members, I was locked up for 3 years and some change. Okay. A lot of my family members, I forgot how their voices sound because they weren't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And they knew exactly where I was at. And I was 10 minutes away from the city, so they could have came and saw me. A snap cost 20 cents. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get high, all this other type of shit. Left me for dead. And then when I came home, I was even willing to forgive them when I came home. I almost shit all right, bet. Just tell me, you know what I'm saying, take off with this rap shit. They ain't even believe in me. They want to fuck with me on that. I'm like, all right, bet. How many times you gotta give a girl my boy?
How your mom doing?
So look, there's clearly a lot of bitterness. There's clearly a lot of animosity in T Grizzly's family. It's a very complicated situation, but obviously everything just went absolutely crazy when the news hit that this individual, okay, 600 Wu-Tang has been arrested for the murder of JB, also known as T Grizzly's aunt, because he was caught in Chicago with the murder weapon and cell phone data put him at the crime scene for 2 hours on the day of the incident. Now, this has been, this big shock thing that's came out. But what's really strange is I managed to get my hand on the full paperwork, and the timeline of this doesn't quite it's not that it doesn't add up, but it's this is old news. This is from actually 2020. He got caught with the gun 2 months after the murder took place, and then suddenly, it's taken a while for this to even hit the news. I'm a little bit confused as to why this has suddenly become breaking news right now. But at the same time, it is what it is. So let's take a little look at the paperwork that I've got for you guys here, and we'll just basically just run through this, and I'll just give you the updates and then a couple more theories before we wrap it up. All right. So on August 20th, 2019 at 9 p.m., Detroit police were dispatched to Buckingham and Mack Avenue for reports of a shooting. They observed a black Chrysler 300 parked on the corner. The driver was pulling a female victim from the rear passenger side of the seat. The female victim, who I believe they're talking about JB there, sustained multiple gunshot wounds, was transported to a hospital and pronounced dead. According to the driver, he'd been inside the car at a nearby location when an unknown black male opened the left side rear passenger door of the car, firing multiple shots into the rear passenger area where the female victim was sitting. The driver then drove the car away, called 911, and pulled over at a gas station nearby. Now, here is where people start getting cooked, all right? People start getting charbroiled. At the nearby scene of the shooting, DPD officers located and recovered 12 spent 40 caliber casings. DPD officers also recovered and reviewed surveillance videos from the area of the shooting that showed a dark-colored sedan stopped in the area at 8:59 seconds before the shooting. They recovered 12 40 caliber casings and submitted them to a forensic lab for investigation. Okay, so it was all the way in February 2020 that the cops received notification from the labs of a potential lead, i.e., a potential association between a casing recovered from the crime scene of the JB murder in Detroit and a test fire casing from a handgun recovered 2 months later in Chicago, Illinois, a Glock 23 40 caliber semi-automatic handgun that was seized from Jermaine Whedon, who I believe is indeed this Wu-Tang from 600. And we're going to talk a little bit more about why he's relevant in a minute, but essentially they caught him 2 months later, and it took, nearly a year, or it took a few months. We're going into February 2020, several months before they actually worked this out, right? So subsequently, in September 2020, the firearms examiner conducted.
You don't need to stress out about car insurance. You just go to Insurify.
They can help you save money and headaches.
No spam, no calls, no fees.
You can do this entirely online.
Before Insurify, it would take you hours of phone calls.
And look, I'm already done. That is my current bill cut in half.
If you need help shopping,
Insurify has licensed agents
in all 50 states.
This is the way it's supposed to be.
Go to Insurify.com and save up to 50% on your car insurance.
Are you a full stack marketer spending all day switching between platforms? Now with SEMrush Toolkits, no more running from one app to the next. You pick and pay for exactly.
Conducted an analysis of the shell casings that were recovered at the scene of the JB homicide and identified these as having been fired in the same firearm as the test casings from the gun that was seized from Whedon in Chicago. So he was basically caught up, all right? He was basically caught up. And this is where things get really ridiculous, right? So further investigation revealed additional evidence connecting Whedon to the shooting in Detroit, including the following, all right? So Whedon was arrested by Chicago police in October 19, 2019, when he was in possession of a stolen rental car, a blue Nissan Versa with a New York license plate. The car was a Hertz rental car that should have been returned on August the 24th. That's just a few days after the murder, bear in mind, all right? Hertz filed a stolen vehicle report in September 2019, and the appearance of that car is consistent with the car seen on the surveillance footage seconds before the JB homicide, all right? And they're saying that they looked at the license plate details. They used the Michigan license plate reader cameras, and they observed the car, all right? They observed the car traveling on the day prior to the homicide. They observed the same car traveling, I believe, after 2.5 hours after the homicide. And basically, he's not looking good, right? This is really not looking good. He was on probation at the time of the homicide, so that's already making things look even worse. And at the time of his subsequent arrest, when he was caught with the murder weapon. And on top of that, in March 2020, so after they've linked up the gun that they caught Wu-Tang with to the murder of JB, they then issue a search warrant to AT&T for his phone number, including the call detail records and cell site info, and they find that the subscriber for this phone, they get all of the cell site data, and they basically say, based on the cell phone, he traveled to Michigan from Chicago on August the 19th, the day before the homicide. They connected his phone to cell tower near the crime scene at the time of the homicide. So they got him traveling there, they got the car, they got him in the area less than half a mile from the shooting scene on the cell site data. Immediately after the time of the shooting, they've got exactly where he traveled to. It's not a good look, right? It's just overcooked. And he ended up getting arrested 2 months after the murder. On October the 19th, 2019, at 2:06 p.m., officers from Chicago Police Department were patrolling. They responded to another officer's report of a male and a female sitting inside of a stolen vehicle. And essentially, they confirmed the vehicle was stolen. The cops pulled into the alley. They saw Jermaine Whedon and a female standing next to the very car, that stolen car, that Nissan Versa, with that number plate. And the cops approached. He fled the officers on foot. A brief foot chase took place, and they arrested Whedon. He physically resisted the officers, and they found the gun that fell out of his pant leg. It had 12 rounds of ammunition in it, and they searched the car. They found an extended magazine in the passenger side door, 26 rounds of ammunition with the exact, it's all just lining up. All the ballistics for the gun, it's all lining up. They got the serial number of the gun. They recovered ammunition. They sent it all to the forensic labs, and everything's all been put into the ballistics information system and the database. So it's fully cooked. All right. And Whedon's got a crazy criminal history. He's got several felony convictions. He's got aggravated unlawful use of a weapon and vehicle. He's got another conviction for unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon. He got 42 months for that. And basically, it's not looking good. In August, a special agent reviewed the history of that gun and that serial number. And they basically determined that the gun was manufactured outside Michigan, and it had traveled all interstate. It traveled in interstate commerce from its point of manufacture. So now you've got gun trafficking, now you've got murder, now you've got extremely serious crimes all taking place. And Peter, we're not even done. Okay, so this is Wu-Tang from 600. All right, so they're saying that this is the individual. He's a Chicago. You know, I don't know if OG is quite the right word, but he's affiliated with the crew 600. As you may or may not know, 600 is a notorious Chicago gang and crew. Loads of famous rappers and gangsters and all sorts have been affiliated with 600. You got Rondo Number 9. You know, that whole situation where the cab driver ended up getting killed. 600 is extremely close to O-Block. You know, King Von has been said to he technically was a 600 member because he was putting in so much work. You know, Lil Durk's got associations. There's Booker 600. There's all these guys that are affiliated. So Lil Durk's OTF crew and King Von's O-Block crew, and then 600. You know, LA Capone, Tay Capone, all these legendary members. All these guys are all clicked up. They're all connected. And, you know, how on earth has this ended up being a situation where T Grizzly's aunt has ended up getting killed by a 600 member, right? So once this broke on the Crime in the D subreddit, people are saying, what the F? Like, how? What is going on? They can't believe it. They're saying Wu-Thing is currently arrested in Detroit as a suspect in T Grizzly's auntie murder. So I don't know whether it's taken 5 years for them to bring charges or these murder charges have just dropped and they've had the ballistics from years ago. Bear in mind that paperwork that I just read, I think that paperwork was filed in 2021. So this has just been sat there. This has only really reached the news recently. And everybody's speculating. Now they're saying, did Bro set the play on his auntie? You know, people are wondering, like, how is this even possible? People saying, I told you guys he set her up and you were acting like I was crazy. The streets been knew this. People are saying, I remember you were saying it in Reddit that he set the play on his auntie, and now I'm starting to believe it. And the reason why people say this, okay, people say, now I'm looking at this.
Why does the ATM you need always have the highest fee? In this economy, with Cash App, you can get ATM fees waived when you direct deposit at least $300 each month. So you're good.
Come on, Track.
Turn your best idea.
The Satish video different, all right? So look, the reason why a lot of people think that this was something to do with T Grizzly is because actually, like 600, that crew, they're very close with OTF, Lil Durk's crew, and T Grizzly actually appeared pretty prominently on an OTF compilation mixtape album that I'm just going to pull up for you now. So T Grizzly's actually got a bunch of songs with OTF artists. Obviously, like Doody Low here was, you know, very close to Lil Durk, very close to King Von. They've got this song called Hood Barchi. And on this song, T Grizzly is saying GG OTF, which is Grizzly Gang OTF. He's saying that our crews are locked in together, all right? So he's basically, you know, he's basically just keeping it real. He's letting the world know that in 2014, despite, you know, this person allegedly from 600 murdering his auntie and him having, according to his song, $1 million bounties on the heads of the people that did it, he's still locked in, and either he's completely unaware that this group of people that he's supposed to be friends with had something to do with killing his auntie, or, as the Reddit seems to believe, he knew what was going on, he backdoored his auntie, and he used these guys that he knew from Chicago to make the play happen. And there's a bunch of other songs. This song, Chess, that was on the Only the Family album. So T Grizzly is doing solo songs that are popping up on the OTF album, right? And It's a good song. Like I really like this song. I've been bumping this song recently. I don't know why, but this song came up on my shuffle recently, and it's been on my playlist. I'll be rocking with this song. He's talking about, you know, just all these, you know, it's a drill song, right? It's a gangster song. There's a bunch of different lyrics in there. He's not really talking about the murder, but you know, he's talking his stuff. He's talking his gangster stuff, and he's locked in with OTF. Now this was 2021, so this was only a couple of years after the incident. But still, there's song after song. There's a bunch of tracks that it's connected to. You got Game Face with Buka 600, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Buka 600 is a legendary rapper to come out of this Chicago scene, and he's clearly a very close friend of T Grizzly too. So, you know, T Grizzly has seemingly been very close to Buka 600, obviously a legendary member from 600, a legendary guy, you know, plugged in with that whole crew. And, you know, stuff like this, these pictures had a lot of people saying this was a backdoor. You know, you got 600, you got everybody, you know, everybody's chilling with this guy, Wu-Tang. A lot of people are just saying, how is it even possible that T Grizzly is even locked in and friendly with these guys when stuff like that is going on? Okay, and with all of this going on, all right, people predicted this on Reddit years ago, and this set of DMs have been going around, right? And so 5 days ago, someone's reposted this stuff that was posted here years ago. They're saying you might owe these guys an apology. So there was DMs that floated around from this Detroit Hits page on Instagram that had been reporting this years ago, saying JB, T Grizzly's manager and auntie, got killed by 600 OTF Buka, that backdoor and MF. People saying auntie got smoked by 600 Buka, like how? And then there's a bunch of old comments here, people saying don't entertain this page, he's a weirdo, this is a load of cap, this is a load of garbage. Wasn't his real auntie, he was people saying he was hooking up with her. I don't personally believe that, but anyway. People saying they're telling everything. I don't think it's common knowledge. Ain't no way dudes in Detroit Hits knows who killed him. Has he got these people in his DM, but not who killed T's aunt? But people saying, damn, imagine if all this is connected with the Dirk case, like whoever was the informant is telling on even more murders. People are saying that T Grizzly Rico is coming soon. All of that stuff. Wow. And they're saying if the feds connect all this stuff and they find out T was paid to make this happen, it's going to be extremely hot. So here's a post that was going around in the Chicago subreddit 2 years ago, right? And they reposted that same thing that was there, but there was actually voice notes in this one, right? So people are saying 2 years ago, why are people in Detroit saying 600 Buka killed T Grizzly auntie? Like, people are just confused at this point. And here's the voice notes. They're coming.
Everybody on the motherfucking east side know that. They them been facts, nigga. What is you talking about? How the fuck you don't know? Fuck you mean? Fuck you know that everybody who killed everybody and popped everybody, but you don't know how 600 got down on Auntie though. The fuck, bro? What you? What kind of crime reporter is you, nigga? Fuck you mean?
So look, all right, look. I need to go and look into this later. I'm excited to look into this.
Chad, do you think
people saying dudes will believe anything? This is cat. T Grizzly still with Buka to this day. How do you not know? So this is what's interesting. A lot of people are saying, no way could 600 or Buka have something to do with killing T Grizzly's auntie. They're still cool to this day. The only reason that they might have still been cool is if this was something that T Grizzly had arranged and had actually wanted to happen. I'm not saying that that's necessarily true, but this is what people think, all right? And this is crazy. People are saying Buka was at this man's wedding, all right? They really in cahoots on that stuff. They must really be locked in. I mean, look, they hang with each other every day. That's literally damn near his best friend. The plot thickens. Someone on this sub said years ago that T Grizzly paid Buka 600 to take out the manager because of some money and she was pregnant or something. Now it makes sense why Sada was looking like that at the funeral and stopped messing with him. So this was posted 2 days ago. People were saying T Grizzly just so happens to follow Wu-Tang. The feds might be coming. There's way too many coincidences. To a blind man, everything adds up to T lined his auntie up. Why would Wu-Tang, a Chicago native, be posted outside T's older cousin house for 2 hours, according to the indictment? It makes no sense. This isn't looking good at all because he wasn't into it with 600 and he's still locked in with Buka. Hopefully these are just coincidences. Snake emoji. Ain't nothing.
It wasn't easy being a meathead. Now it is.
Meat for real meatheads. Yumbo.
Let's count the
Don't
smiles.
get me wrong, the internet will find out some shit
Amazon
about
Freight
your ass.
scales
For
with
real.
you. Simple booking and 24/7 support.
But
All
I don't
powered
think
by
they got it right
Amazon's
on this one, man.
Nothing a coincidence. He's just a foul guy. People are going crazy, right? People are saying the feds are not coming for this. This ain't a Dirk situation. Everything ain't a Dirk situation. Look, I really haven't seen anything solid. I haven't seen any proof, anything substantial. And I will say that T Grizzly himself has come out. He's made a statement. This image is going around. This video is going around online. He doesn't really address any of the situations specifically. And a lot of people aren't buying it. But
look, he said a lot, bro, without saying a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot without saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? He said exactly what he needed to say. You know what I'm saying? Without saying it, you know? No, I'm watching the not for YouTube. Hold on. I'm watching the this joint about my man, about my guy T Grizzly. Motherfuckers is trying to say that he paid to have his aunt unalived. Like he got his aunt set up 5 years ago to get her unalived because he wanted to get his masters back for his music, and she was allegedly pregnant. All right, so you know the board that I be having you watch on Twitch sometimes, my man Loyal, the one that we called that you was like blue when he had the blue something character. That's Booker 600. That's his real name. He with Lil Durk OTF. You know what I'm saying? But there's so somebody from 600 from Booker situation back in Chicago wind up getting arrested for the unaliving of T Grizzly's aunt. And now people is saying because Booker and T be together every day all the time and they best friends, that T paid Booker or somebody from 600 money to unalive his aunt, basically put the play down on his folks. Man, I don't think none of that shit true. Is a coincidence. Motherfuckers act like people ain't got a pass and all that shit. Like, I don't know how Wu-Tang from 600 ended up with that pistol. I don't know how he ended up with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he ended up with that shit. I don't. None of us do. But all we know is T was in the car when his aunt got hit up. You know what I'm saying? He was in the car. He got out the car for a second to go take care of something. He got back. By the time he came back to the car, it was too late. Like he said, I feel like they was after him. T even said it. Like, yeah, them niggas was trying to kill me. This was 5 years ago, though. This shit happened 5 years ago. Y'all just bringing it back up now after 5 years? For what? But that's it. Let's hear the statement that he made before.
He's basically telling people, don't believe the internet, don't believe the hype. People will say anything on the internet.
That's not true. So you think you can't be fooled by the fucking internet?
I think there's a longer version of that somewhere.
It's about to go around trying to clear up because it is what it is. As far as like, you know, I ain't gonna be. This can't entertain, bro. Especially when it's absolutely nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
This game,
bro, I ain't had nothing to do with that shit, man.
You're not ready for it.
It was just a coincidence, an unfortunate situation. What happened to
Well, you do got a lot of brothers though that go to the internet and think that everything they see is facts. It's not a place for facts.
So now let's get to the more salacious stuff, right? So obviously people are saying that there was some kind of relationship between them. Like, if this is all the evidence that they've got, that he's got his arm around her, it's a little bit far-fetched. But people are saying, I'm probably just bored, but not gonna lie, they definitely sound closer than auntie
like that
and
was his
nephew.
aunt wife.
I mean, look, that's just them hanging out together saying, I'm his biggest fan. I mean, look, realistically, if you want to equate the love of a family member to a romantic relationship, it just because that's something you're looking for to make it more spicy, that's fair enough. It makes it so hard for me to have a real MCM SMH. I mean, that just could mean that he keeping her busy with the career and the industry stuff, all right? I'm saying you don't need one. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's romantically involved. That could just mean he's saying, yeah, I don't need you getting a man because I need you managing my career. I need you locked in with what we're doing, all right?
Right.
People, that last comment,
busy enough.
people are saying it's sus. They're saying, I've messed with my auntie, but I would never say something like that. Okay, look, that one is a little bit extreme.
But that's not his real aunt. Y'all keep forgetting that, bro. That is
like
not
all
his
these
blood
kind of
aunt.
things
That's not
going on.
that's
A lot of
somebody he
people
call
speculating
auntie.
that he had something to do with it, that he had blah, blah. Look, realistically, I've read the full paperwork. It's definitely looking a bit suspect. It's definitely looking a little bit strange. You've got people, you know, T Grizzly is infamous for his GTA role playing. People are saying, yo, he got a whole 21 episode series of backdooring dudes for hours on GTA. It never gets tiring to him. People better keep their eyes open. So they're saying, look, he loves being a backdoor king on Reddit. Who knows if he's really doing that sort of thing? They're saying this is the last thing you see before you get slimed out in Detroit. It's T Grizzly, man. And look, people are taking this to a whole new level. People are saying, look, is T Grizzly actually the slimiest rapper out of Detroit? Okay, is he the slimiest rapper? Is he the snakiest rapper? Are you going to get backdoored coming around T Grizzly? I don't know. All right, a lot of the rumors are getting absolutely wild and out of control. There's even this one rumor, and I don't believe any of this is true, but this one is absolutely insane. This guy is even saying that T Grizzly got his aunt pregnant and gave her HIV. I just think this is just
I think we're just
getting silly now. This thing's getting out of hand. We still don't even know whether or not this whole situation is something to do with T Grizzly. We don't know if it's completely outside. Things could be more complicated. There could be in-house beef with 600. We really don't know at this stage. But this is really looking like one of the most salacious and just wild stories that I've seen in the entire hip-hop scene. So I personally am going to be looking a lot closer into the Detroit scene. Maybe I'll get a main channel video together about this situation. I definitely want to know more. I definitely want to find a resolution. But right now, that's the situation. It's definitely looking crazy. And I don't know. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you feel like T Grizzly had something to do with this? Was it a tragic accident? Do you feel like maybe there's much more going on than meets the eye? Or is this one of those examples where the internet has just taken one tiny little detail and ran with it and created a whole bunch of conspiracies? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be back with another breakdown. Let me know if you're enjoying these longer breakdowns, or if you want me to keep things sweet, keep hitting those 10, 20-minute markers. I don't know. This really is just an opportunity for me to actually learn about this case and record it and let you guys, you know what I'm saying, follow along with me. So I hope you enjoyed that. Catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.
Shout out my guy Trap Lord, man. I fuck with Trap. Like, what's the word? Like, I don't listen, man. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that shit, man. Like, me personally, gang, and I am being biased. I am, because like I said, that's my guy, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm being biased, bro. I done kicked it with bro. You know what I'm saying? I done vibed out with bro on GTA, all types of, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm being a little biased to the situation. But at the same time, gang, I ain't got bro for doing that to his folks. I ain't got him for doing that at all. Not one bit. I ain't got him on that game. Like, I really don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't think bro did that. Like, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, and y'all want to bring this shit back up now to try to make it look like bro did some old crazy shit like that. First of all, if you a real street ninja and you had some motherfuckers do something to somebody, you're not gonna be around these motherfuckers every day, calling them your best friend, playing a video game with them, You know what I'm saying? Like that's just real proper street etiquette. Like we not doing none of that, bro, because we're not risking it, bro. We're not gonna do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my conclusion, it looked crazy. It sounds crazy. But that's the way the internet make it seem. Rest in peace to Auntie. I don't think bro had nothing to do with that shit. I don't. Bro all the way up here. He made something of his life. He came from the trenches, prison, all types of shit. He made it out of his environment. He bettered the people around here, take care of his folks, take care of his family and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't got bro for unaliving his aunt. Y'all are losing your mind if y'all think T got his aunt unalived. Y'all goofy as hell for that. Like, no, no, bro ain't on that. He ain't on that game. I ain't got him for that. Hey T, you already know what it is with me, bro. Hold your head, gang. We got your back, broski. Y'all already know, man. GG's, bro. GG's to bro, man. For real. GG's, bro. Like, tune out the noise, gang. Don't let this bullshit get to you, gang. Don't let this internet shit get to you, bro. And don't let the motherfucking fake stories and fake news get to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit throw you off your game, bro, on what you trying to achieve in life, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro. You've been killing these all this time, bro. Keep killing them, bro. Keep killing them, bro. That's all I can say, bro. Is keep killing them, bro. Keep shutting that shit down. Real rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? F the haters, bro. F 'em. Honey gang, what's y'all word? What's that word? What's that word? What's that word? I read the chat all the time. I see you. I was talking. What's up? I'm talking about I'm talking about the stuff that's going around. Talking about my man, my homeboy T Grizzly unalived his aunt. You heard about that? You ain't hear about that? Go look go search it up. Matter of fact, I gotta play another video anyway about it from um from Poetic Flacco. I'm from Compton. Please don't be one of them motherfuckers that's trying to get me to buy no goddamn banners or none of that shit. Because if so, Rabbit, you already know what to do with them. Facts. What page you can't ban them though on this page that you on because you ain't got no moderator on this page. You only can ban them from your other one. Yeah, so you only can time them out. You can't ban them. Can you? Because it say time. You say you can only time them out. Oh, all right, yeah, you good then. You good. Say I was set up by my best friend to do 5 years in federal prison. It's crazy work.
Make it cold.
With AC Pro, anyone can recharge their car's AC. Like a pro.
All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm about to clip YouTube. I'm about to turn YouTube off, but I really wanted to just do that video for YouTube real quick about T Grizzly. And yeah, give me a quick second. Let me end YouTube real quick. I'm gonna keep Twitch on though. YouTube, I'm out. I'll give it y'all a little later. W movie, W screen.